Greetings and welcome. It's an all-you-can-geek Gamecast this week. We have Mike Saniti,
What's up?
Tony Korkanakis,
Yo.
and your host Corey Feinside. I am here. Jim is not, unfortunately. He's got some personal things he's dealing with, so when he is ready to come back, he'll be here. But for you guys this week, we have a great cast for you, and we're gonna jump right into what we've been up to in the gaming world. So, Mike, kick us off. What have you been playing?
This whole week it's been Ghost of Yotei.
Mm,
Um, and its game is so close to being fantastic, but it's just really good. My biggest issues are, it's very similar to Ghost of uh,
Tsushima.
Tsushima because my issue with that was like the aside stuff was kind of like bland and repetitive. And this one, there's a lot more stuff to do, but all of it is still somehow very repetitive because you have more things to do on the side, but you do kind of the same thing every time with them. There's one sort of like gambling mini game. I appreciate that there's a gambling mini game in it, but you do the same thing every time. There's like no modifiers to it in any way, other than I guess sometimes the opponent gets a little better at it. Then there's you can follow a fox to identify a thing. You find a spring you can go in. You can now there's painting instead of haikus. You use a little touchpad to paint. Then there's flashbacks. You do flashbacks. Um, there's and within the flashbacks you can use the dual sense to hammer and stuff too. You can start fires, but all of this is very you just do the same thing every time. The bamboo is the same. Everything's the same over and over. So there's a bunch of different little things, but they don't individually evolve at all. The only thing that evolves is your gear and the actual real combat, which is great. This is the first game that I've noticed because by default it starts you at 30 frames per second, which I don't notice or care about, so I just kept going like that. But I'm playing on hard because I thought the first game was pretty easy. There is a level above hard too, and I was getting hit a lot, and then I'm like, let me see what's going on, and I did change it to 60 frames, and the graphics didn't really change too much. So I'm like, all right, this
it,
is fine. I'll stay with this. Although the some of the animations I think
but
look
it
weird
helped
at
with the
60
gameplay,
frames.
the 60
Yes,
frames.
I was able to parry a lot better at 60
What?
frames. Yeah.
What?
Well, they're
Yeah,
going
No.
fast,
yeah.
No.
but
No, I'm joking. Like that's the whole point of 60 or 120 FPS is like you can react
Yeah,
faster.
it is funny though because the cutscenes are 30 because it's supposed to be a cinematic game,
right.
and a lot of the like idle and running animations look dopey in 60 frames. They just do. In general I like the look of the 30 frames better, but when you're actually like when they're going fast with those attacks, you need the 60 frames. So
Hmm.
that was something else. But the other problem with playing on hard is a lot of the incentive for getting stuff is you get new armor, but on hard, one hit takes like three-quarters of a life bar, so it's gone. Like so, it almost doesn't matter how good your defense is. So it sort of breaks the game a little bit, but still, I'm enjoying it. The story's a revenge bad story that you can tell from the beginning. Atsu's a more emotive character than Jin by far, but I don't know if I completely relate to her as much because she's, you can tell that she's supposed to be learning a lesson from the beginning about how revenge is not the only thing she should be focused on. And then like every time she falls back, you're like, okay, we're doing this for a while still. All right. But there's more characters, there's more a little more life to the world. And the combat has, another level to it. So like I said in the movie cast, you want like sequels and stuff to like take stuff to a next level. It does in just a couple ways, but in other ways it's the same type of stuff. So it feels like this was almost a really great game, but it's just very good. I'm probably going to be done with it in a day or two. I think I'm pretty close to the end.
Okay, cool.
But
Yeah.
overall, I'm pretty happy with it. Like I'm it's definitely a good time.
Yeah, it's because my friend he beat it a while ago.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Mm.
and I'm probably borrowing it from him, but he seemed to mirror the same things. Like the combat is way better, but like he's like everything else is like either samey
all
or
the side
like
stuff feels gimmicky.
yeah,
I like the idea, sort of using the motion things, but you want to do that like once or twice, and then you're like skip, skip, because it's just the same thing over and over,
it's wild to me
and it
that
comes
that's
up
a thing
so
now in
frequently.
2025 after all these like
Mhm.
years of Wii and Wii U stuff, and people just ripped into like a lot of Nintendo games for that, and all of a sudden it's like Sony shit. It's like and it's crickets. Like you saying that was the first time I heard there's any motion gimmicks at all in this game. I
Oh
was
yeah,
like,
yeah,
what? I was
no,
like,
there
what?
is, and again, if there was, if it built on it at all, it'd be a different thing. But you're literally just doing the same
Yeah.
thing, same very simple things like 3 or 4 times. And the way this game works too, yeah, like you remember the other one, you'll get the bird or the
Fox,
firefly
yeah.
or the foxes. You get distracted all the time. It's almost too dense, this world, because you'll be trying to do something and then something will pull you one way or the other. And because they're so repetitive, it just feels like you're doing a
Sure.
lot
Yeah.
of that. Like you can really get bogged down and not progress the way you want to, just doing these samey things over and over
Right.
again in the open world, which looks great, still looks great. Kind of looks marginally better than the last game. At this point, I've had like Horizon 2 and Kingdom Come Deliverance 2. So these outdoor picturesque settings don't quite hit as hard as the first game, but they're not worse. But I've had other games since then have showed me like how good outdoor stuff can look on like modern technology. So it doesn't quite hit as hard, but still, just the new weapons and stuff is where the game shines. And I do think, at least playing on hard, the level of challenge is way up, which is mostly good except for that health thing with the armor.
Are
But
boss battles any better? Because that was my biggest criticism of the combat of the first game was that
oh, there's a lot of them. And there's a lot more. They're yes
Are
and
they
no. Some of
varied?
them are.
Are they more like, is there more variety than what you were doing last time? Because it felt
Well, the
like every time you
variety.
had a boss, like they were pretty similar.
So the variety. This one has a. So the weapons are the rock paper scissors thing, which
yeah,
you don't really need to follow, but it helps a lot. And that's where the variety comes from, mostly what weapons they'll have, and a lot of them have multiple weapons too, and they'll switch. And they'll do different things, but they're not. They kind of do feel similar. I had a lot of trouble on an earlier boss in the game. Uh, that was actually the one where I switched, I think, the frames to try to finally get it through. But yeah, some of them are really hard. I'm again playing on hard, but there's a level higher, so good luck. But
see the one thing
they're
that's actually holding me back from having borrowed it already is that Assassin's Creed Shadows is actually having a big update pretty soon.
apparently the story is very similar to the at
Assassin's
least the
Creed.
female character in that game.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, I feel that. I mean, it's a trope and I get it, but like, I don't know. I just wish.
Kill Bill.
Well, I mean, yeah, but not like it started with Kill Bill, but like,
No, I know, but
it's
it's like that idea.
yeah. Um, it's just for me. The story's whatever. It's either I'm playing the game specifically for the story, like the 100 Line Defense Academy, which I'm not playing
Mm.
for the gameplay, or I'm playing it for the gameplay, and the story just needs to be good enough to service the gameplay needs. A game like this, it's weird if it's not doing either of those like really well. Like I can forgive one or the other if the other one is amazing, but when like it seems like it's like okay, like is this a 7 out of 10ish or an 8 out of 10ish? Like that's fine, I guess, but like I'm not chomping at the bit to go out and buy it at $70 just to go through the
I
motions.
mean, the story isn't like so far bad.
No, I'm not saying it's bad, but like, is it anything new? Like, it just sounds like if I played Assassin's Creed Shadows, like it's like, oh, okay, well
I
I've
didn't
already
play.
played that.
I didn't play Shadows. It depends on, I guess, your tolerance for flashbacks and how much you would like to see a sort of, you know, old sort of revenge story that is
Yeah,
going to be. It's
yeah. I
about
mean,
the friends we made all along. I
sure,
mean,
and that's fine.
a sort of
It's
telegraphed story, but
right,
yes.
but what I'm saying is like, so when Tsushima came out, regardless of the story, like that was hey, like, oh, cool, like a samurai, slash ninja type game.
Yeah, now we have a lot of those
And we've had
games.
so many of those since then, right? And I'll give Tsushima the credit that it brought those to the forefront, right? But
Mhm.
now it's like with Shadows coming out and the fact that it's getting a major DLC upgrade, and especially my biggest criticism of that was the parkour needed some work, and that was the thing that they did a
Oh,
lot of work on. They were showing
yeah.
like, oh, you can do like jumps off the wall, like turn around, catch the ledge, or the biggest thing is like you could fall and catch a ledge because you couldn't do that originally. I was like, I wish because like there's so many bosses. I'm like, I can't jump safely from here, so I just gotta like run down and then whatever. And the one cool thing is another cool thing rather the DLC is like each of the characters is learning a style or something that the other character's strong at. So I forget what the female character is learning from the big character, but the samurai guy, he's learning how to be like more stealthy and do stealth kills because he couldn't do that in the base game. And I was like, oh, well, that's interesting. That makes sense logically from the story that they would train with one another. So it's just like one of those things. Like, do I spend 70 whatever dollars on Ghost of Yotei, or do I just hand Ubisoft another $15 and play Assassin's
Yeah.
Creed Shadows for another month,
Well,
with the DLC and
it really
everything?
depends on how much you liked your time in Shadows. I think, at least from Reddit, I don't know how reliable that is. It seems like most people who play both prefer Yotei by a bit. I
I
will
can see
say
that.
the parkour stuff is no better than the first game, and I'm kind of annoyed by how much is in there. There's a lot of those climb the stuff, the climb the shrine. None of the shrines have intact stairs. You have to always jump over weird stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
I'm
it's
curious.
very it's all the climbing stuff is very linear. Kind of reminds me of like what I hate about like Uncharted games and
Yeah.
stuff like that. Where
Right. It's
and there is a lot of
on rails in a
weird.
way.
There's a lot of squeeze through the tight spot, and this one has some of the worst clipping in that squeeze through the tight spot because you always have like your I forgot what's the name of the like
Overshoot.
wide hat.
Why
You
not?
always have like those type of like straw wide hats on or a arrow quiver, and it's not even close. It clips so badly through those tight spots, and you do that so frequently. I'm like, they really thought this was okay, fine, whatever. But
Uncanny
it,
Valley,
that
right?
that was something I noticed. I'm just like, "Damn, it's so frequent, but
Okay. Well,
um,
I'm
it
definitely gonna
sounds like
play
the
it, but it's
gameplay.
yeah.
Yeah, the gameplay
the
seems really good,
gameplay
and
is
that's
fun, and the new weapons and all of that stuff is fun, and I think there's more armor in here
Yeah.
too.
yeah.
There's
It sounds like everything
bounties,
about it
lots of
is a little
enemies.
bit better than the first one, which is good.
Yeah, I
Just
would say
maybe
so.
not the leap.
Yeah.
It's like with Spider-Man. It
Yeah.
wasn't the leap that we all wanted, but still, it's the same. More of the
Yeah.
same,
If
which is
anything,
not
I'm
a
actually
bad
more
thing.
interested in the multiplayer stuff that's coming down the pipeline. I think because
Yeah,
Right.
the first game had that DLC, but that was way after I was done with that game. So I was like,
yeah,
hmm,
they actually like finished it.
yeah,
Yeah.
It's like yeah, so that should be soon. Yeah, we'll see how that goes. I know that Fox Hunt came out for
Metal Gear,
Metal
yeah.
Gear actually recently. I haven't gone back to that yet, but maybe I'll give that a look. So
How about you, Tony?
yeah,
What
no,
have you been up to?
So I finished up for what I consider complete the 100 Line Defense Academy, where I got the type of ending I wanted, and I'm happy
Oh,
with it. Um, and I've only gotten, I think the count was 26 at
hmm.
70 hours. So I don't know how long it would take me to get the
Multiply that
remaining
by
70
4.
something, but I'm not going for that unless I'm like really just in the mood for a chill story type game because that's the strength of that game where even in this like last route there was stuff coming up where I was like, oh, I was like, damn, that's a
You're always
surprise.
learning something
Right.
new.
That's it. And they do a good job of that where it's like, oh, I know what's gonna okay, blah blah blah. And it's like, oh, they throw a wrench in the gears and you're like, huh, okay, I gotta think about this a little bit. But yeah, I got that ending and it was great and I enjoyed my time with it. Although I was reading some interview with like, yeah, we might even add some more endings and more content. And I'm like, how? Like, this game is already ginormous. Like, whatever. But we'll see how that goes. And the other big thing I played was the new Fortnite season, which is
Mm,
a mini
got
season. It's only 1 month long, but it's starring Fortnite X Simpsons.
yes. I saw Discord has a little bit of
I did
a
see
Yes.
some
reward thing
ads for
going
that. I'm
on.
like, really
Yes. And
interesting.
honestly, like I know I've been saying this since I started playing last year, but this is such a cool season, guys. Like as as an old Simpsons fan, not like a new Simpsons fan,
Hmm.
um, they threw a lot of love, a lot of deep cuts and references, and I'm like, damn, like this is really like even battle royale gameplay set aside, like you can just download the game and just play it and just ignore people, hop in a car and just drive around Springfield and you will have fun. Because like you get to see the power plant, you get to see the town hall, Moe's bar, obviously the Simpsons residence, uh, the big donut shop, which is fun because you can knock down the statue, which pulls down the donut, and you can start mailing the donut and it'll like roll and start destroying buildings and stuff. And it's so cool. And even if you don't want to play, I would just urge you to like go on YouTube and just look up clips and stuff because people are like just sharing it online right now. Um, and the skins even are really cool. You got Marge, Homer, and Flanders with the battle pass, and it's cool because you get like the base version, but you also get an alt version, right? And the reskin for Flanders is stupid, sexy Flanders with him in the
Of course.
the ski suit. And I'm just like, bravo,
Well done.
like well done. And I think the variant for Homer is Evil Homer or Satan Homer, or whatever you want to call it. So it's really been a blast. Like, and even when like the game loads, it does that Simpsons like cartoon intro where it's like but it's like Fortnite instead, and like the battle bus is flying through the I think in Simpsons or whatever like that. So I'm just like, wow, you could tell like the people that worked on this like really love that property. It wasn't just like, hey, this is cash for everybody.
Yeah,
It's
throw
like,
on a skin and yeah, they put the
yeah,
extra effort in, made it something that you can live in. That's cool. Like I didn't even realize you could actually go to Springfield. Like you're in Springfield and you can go to all those places. That's
yeah,
pretty neat.
yeah. It's really, and honestly too, the map is really fun from a gameplay perspective because there's a lot of houses, so you can like hide, you can duck into the neighborhoods and whatnot. There's a lot of elevation terrain because like sometimes when the maps are like flat and whatever, it's just like okay, snipers rule the map right and whatnot, but you could be tricky here. And then Simpsons even did their own like Fortnite episode, I guess, last week, which was charting or rating highly on Disney or whatever. But their intro was like they ran into their house and saw a bunch of the Fortnite characters on the couch. So they pulled out guns
Right.
and like threatened them to get out. And then Peely slips and dies. And the last scene is the Simpsons family eating an ice cream sundae out of his corpse. And I was like, Jesus, this is
Oh,
dark.
jeez.
Like what? Like all right, just eating a Fortnite character on television here. But yeah,
Yeah,
uh,
well, look, I mean, speaking of Fortnite and The Simpsons, there was a bit of news that you posted there, Tony, with the
yeah,
Fortnite posted on X, it looks like.
yep.
In
So
48 hours, we welcome the biggest number of new and returning Fortnite players since last holiday season. The first Fortnite The Simpsons short popped up number one on Disney Plus
yep.
today in US. So move over, Shelbyville.
Yeah, Saturday it was nuts because I was playing Rocket League for a little bit and like the servers started acting funky, like connections were being weird. I was like, it doesn't launch for like a couple hours still. And then when it did launch, like the servers were dead. Nobody could like log in and stuff. I was like, oh damn, like I haven't seen that yet. So that was kind of crazy, but
Yeah.
yeah, good for them. And hopefully this leads to more IP centric crossovers in the future.
And it's only, I mean, it only does. I mean, everything they do is the next thing that they do is always the bigger than the last, it
Yep,
seems.
yep. One of the fun parts is you can go to like Burns's residence, and you can like release the
Yes.
hounds, and like dogs will come out and like hunt for your enemies and stuff. You can go to the power plant. You can see like the place where Homer works, and apparently the buttons. I didn't know this until the game told me because I was like, wait,
Mm.
uh, each of the buttons has like a name. It's like whatever. I'm like, I didn't realize his buttons had a name. Like, okay, sure, whatever. But yeah, pretty cool, pretty labor of love there. So just check it out one way or another. I mean, doesn't cost you something either way other than your time and bandwidth, I guess. You can download
Yeah, well, cool. That's it then.
it. Yeah.
Nice, nice. All right. Well, I've been playing a bunch of Arc Raiders, actually.
God damn you, Corey. How?
What do you mean how? I load it up and then I start playing. That's how. So Arc
$40
Raiders, I've
later.
talked about it
I mean,
before.
how do you play
It
another
is.
shooter among Battlefield and Borderlands?
I haven't played Battlefield. I only got to play the demo or the
Oh, you
betas
didn't
for
buy
it.
it?
I didn't buy
Oh, for
Battlefield.
some reason I thought you
No,
bought
'cause
it.
I
Okay.
knew like Borderlands was gonna. Oh,
Yeah.
like there's no way. So, but I did get because there's a little bit of a lull right now with Borderlands. I did
Oh
get Arc
no.
Raiders. Like I said, the Halloween thing was trash. It was so bad.
Yeah.
But Arc Raiders, wow, that game. So the extraction aspect of it, if you know what extraction shooters are,
Oh,
you're
yep.
this one follows the same idea. You have your
I believe you
character. You
guys told me
basically,
last week on the podcast what an extraction shooter was. So check
yeah,
that
what you
episode out if
basically
you want it broken
you want
down
to
for
go
you.
to quick. You go up to a map area. You get loot and you bring it back, and you
Or don't,
hopefully
or you
have it
don't,
all.
or you
Or
don't.
that's why I said hopefully you can bring it back. So, but yeah, with Arc Raiders, like the hook, I guess, with this is that you have PvE and you have PvP sections. Essentially, it's a post-apocalyptic world, and you're going up and you have these arcs, they call them. It's like robots, and then you have the other humans. And so I've been playing with a few people that I do like some board games with. They got it as well, and so we've been playing it, and it is so stressful. It is like one of the most stressful things because, like you said, you may not get the things that you are looting for, but you have quests you have that you can try to accomplish. You can basically there's ways to upgrade your workbenches, and there's like a character slash chicken that essentially lets you auto collect the materials and things, and you can upgrade that, but you have to find certain items. So like you go up there, you find the item, and you're like, oh shoot, I gotta get out like right now.
Yeah.
And so
Bye, guys.
uh yep. But yeah, there was one time I was playing. It was just me and my one buddy, and we get loaded in. And sometimes you get loaded in halfway through a raid. A raid's 30 minutes normally. We got loaded in. It's 15 minutes left. And what happens is as time goes down, the exits start to expire, so you can't go through these exits.
So it
And so
funnels
there's
the
maybe
remaining players into the fewer
exactly.
exits.
It's doing a battle royale style thing in a different way where it's just like when you want to leave with your stuff, you can only leave in one place. You all have to go there. And so we're making our way, and it's literally like 5 minutes left. We're like, oh, we got to start getting there. And it is the only one left, and we know there are going to be other people. So you really need to just be like, all right, because there's proximity chat, so you can be like, all right, friendly, friendly. We're all getting out. We're all getting out, right? Uh, and there's like stamina thing. So like my buddy's booking it, and I get stuck on something. I don't know what happened. I get turned around. I'm like I don't know where I am, and so now I have to like run around. I'm like way behind, and so he's like, "Dude, where'd you go?" And I was like, I'm trying to find the exit." He's like, "Well, I'm gonna meet you there." And then he gets there. And he's like, "Oh shoot, there's people here." And I was like, "Duh, man, there's gonna be people there." It's like everyone's trying to leave, and I was like 2 minutes left. And he's like, "Oh, cool, they're friendly. We're friendly. We're good. We're good. We're good. We're all getting out. We're all getting out." And he's like, we're going, bye. And so they just leave. And so now I'm like, I have like half my health left, and I'm booking it there. And then these arcs, they're basically like drones, some of them, and they find me, and they start like, because they start popping up all over, and they start shooting at me, and I get down. And when you get down, that's it, you're done, unless you can get out. There's like 1 minute left. I'm just crawling to the exit, and I'm watching the time, like, and my the health. I'm watching my health go down. I'm watching the time go down, and I get to the exit. I hit the button, and there's like maybe 20 seconds left, and I made it out.
Oh
And
no.
I was like, holy crap, that was like the most crazy experience I've had in a game in a long time because everything was going against me, and I was like, this is nuts. I was like, wow, it was really cool experience. But you get an achievement for uh, being down and exiting, and then you get an achievement if you leave one of your teammates behind
Oh, so
and
you guys
exit.
both.
So you both
I'm
got
surprised
different
your friend is
achievements.
like, bye. Like,
Well,
well,
he's
really.
like he did well. He was like they hit it already, and it's like you could leave, I guess, as it's going down. But he's like, I'm in here. They hit it. It wasn't me. It wasn't me. But yeah, so
That's
it
when
was
you
cool.
start. That's when you start
Very
blasting.
very fun cooperative experience as well as a game you can go in solo and just play and try to get the materials you need.
Yeah, I really loved the Call of Duty version from a couple years ago, and that was similarly really stressful because it's like the thing is like you get quests right where it's like oh go retrieve
Yeah.
like this item or like you have to do this and this, right? And you could just because of RNG you can stumble upon that thing you're looking
Mhm.
for and it's like wait a second, guys I'm just gonna exfil right now because like I want to complete
Yep.
this quest. Sorry, and it's like yeah no problem man, but then all of a sudden you leave your 3-man squad with 2 people, right? So now they're
Right.
like oh well do we just all exfil together and restart or like maybe somebody else is like halfway through a mission or a quest or whatever. So
And the
it's
longer you
cool.
stay up there, the more experience you get
Yeah.
also.
Oh,
So
okay.
it's
Interesting.
like
Yeah.
in this one you're gaining experience and you're getting more experience as the longer you're
Yeah.
on the
It's one of
surface.
those things where I'm like, I have a couple friends that are playing it too, and I'm like, do I want to get sucked into this? Because like, I like the extraction genre, but like adding the PvP element totally changes the game. Where it's like, do I feel like getting mad at like a random internet person today? Like I don't think so. But
Yeah.
I could be that person that other people get mad at too. So you know,
Yeah, and the other thing
Or
is you can team up also. There's like and there is a final boss in the game,
mm-hmm.
like the Queen Arc, whatever, and it does require you to team up with other people because you
Is there
cannot
like a
do it.
formal way to do it, or is it just like, hey, we're teaming up, right? Like, yeah.
That's it. Like
Oh,
you have your squad of three, and you can be like, "Hey, are we cool? Are you cool? We're cool. Like, all right, we're gonna just do our own thing, or do you want to team up?" As a solo player, like that, you want to try to team up if you can. That
yeah.
really helps. So like, and it's all proximity chat, but I would say 9 out of 10 times people will not. They will just shoot you and
hmm,
take your stuff. So,
Uh,
and there's like
sounds
blueprints
about
to
right.
get better,
better
like
stuff, better gear,
better
better
stuff.
equipment.
And so like when you have a blueprint, you're like,
Just get
oh,
out of
because
there.
it's
Just leave.
RNG. Yeah, it's just
Just
like you
leave.
need
So
to get out. And it's
let me ask, is there any indication if you're with someone about what they're looting? Like,
what
will
they're
you
looting.
know if someone who you're friendly with is getting some really good shit, and then
No,
eventually you're like, is this friend worth being a friend all the way through with all that stuff he picked up?
no, it doesn't tell. Like, even when you're in your squad, you don't know what your squad's looting.
Do you get duplicates if you're in a group, or is it
No.
No,
all
it's all
just whatever you
individual.
pick up?
It's just
Okay,
individual stuff. Yeah. So you pick
so you
something up, they
still,
will not get it.
so you could still get some idea when people are getting some good shit that you don't have if you're hanging out with them the
Possibly.
whole time. Okay.
Yeah. But yeah, it's definitely one of those games that gets the blood pumping and is exciting, and it has a good loop. Like I said, you're constantly wanting to get better things to do better and harder, you know, missions. And what they do to kind of give you variety is the different parts of the map that you can go to, but they also have night raids, and the night raids increase the number of PvE like enemies, and obviously makes it harder to see PvP players. So yeah, but Arc Raiders, it's been great. Obviously, it's still pretty new. They do have a roadmap, and they do the battle pass thing just like Helldivers, where it's like you're earning credits to unlock pages, and like Rivals, your same idea. It's like they have that in the game to get new skins or like loot boxes and stuff for equipment and materials.
Oh, sorry. You just said Rival, so it's spurred. I did play one more thing. I did play the Marvel Rivals PVE mode, the zombie
Oh,
stuff.
nice.
Oh yeah. How did that go?
It's serviceable. It's just you know, I think it was a good timing on their part because like you can see this is
Halloweeny.
it's Halloweeny, but also it felt more of a proof of concept than an actual like because the thing is like it's just zombies. All they're programmed to do is rush the player, right? And
Yeah.
there's different types of zombies that have like you know like explosive or like you know weakening aura or whatever stuff like that. And then a couple bosses, and the bosses are just like the heroes AI souped up, you know, where it's like Wanda can use her channel ability up on like all the heroes instead of just one and stuff like that.
Hmm.
So it's fun. Like I think you know they need to expand upon it and build up on it, which I believe the team will do. But it's nothing like to be like, oh man, this is going to change the game. It's more like, oh, that was neat, that's fun, thematic, good for the season. But I hope they get all the knowledge and know-how and whatnot, and then just make a good fleshed out mode. So like one of the cool things is you get currency, like I don't know, I'll just say coins, and coins can unlock different perk cards where it's like, oh, this ability will do more damage, or increase the range on this ability, or you know, minus cooldown, or like trigger a lightning chain lightning effect or stuff like that. So and there's like skill points you can have between rounds where it's like you the more you level up a character, the more or your account, I guess, the more your skill points you get, and you can go down two different trees and whatnot. So it's a little bare bones. Like if I was paying like money for this, I would be like,
Yeah.
probably not worth it. But as like, hey, we're just throwing it out there, and you can actually earn some free cosmetics through it. The game, it's cool. So hoping.
Did it make you want to play the normal game modes again?
Um, a little bit, but not too much. We're in that end of season lull where I'm just like, like, I finished the
I
battle
mean,
pass, and I'm just like,
yeah,
I'm good.
I think I'm officially a lapsed Rivals player
No,
at
no,
this
that's
point.
fair.
Because Angela didn't do it for me. Then Daredevil came and he was too popular to even play.
Yep.
I'm like, I know I'll be like ripped apart, like verbally and physically, if I played him as a new player, even in quick play. So I'm like, I'm giving it a break for a little bit here,
Well,
playing some
speaking of
single
like
player games.
new characters, though, the rumors are
Yeah,
Gambit and
like
Rogue are
alleged
going to be
leak,
coming.
Gambit and Rogue.
Yeah.
So if that's true, because it is still alleged, um, that'd be pretty cool coming up. Two X-Men characters. I'm almost a little skeptical of it because of that. I feel like they try to avoid taking two from like the same kind of corner of the
Unless
universe.
it's
But
Fantastic Four, and they'll just do four of them.
well, yeah, but there's no X-Men movie coming out right now.
Yeah.
So yeah, we'll see. Uh, People are assuming that Rogue might be a strategist somehow. Um, I guess it's
Why would you
possible
say that? Like, why are people
because we
saying that?
need strategists.
Oh, and
And
Gambit does
Gambit,
not fit that bill.
you can't. I don't see how Gambit could be anything other than a duelist, which they have an excess of duelists at this point. But I'd be excited to see all of them. That would be three in a row. I'd be interested in playing, so I'd probably be back with a. Maybe I'd play Daredevil when they're
I'm
coming.
curious, how would they make Rogue a strategist? I'm
I
sure,
don't
like,
know. She has
steal
to
people's
touch people,
powers and
steal a healer power.
Yeah, I mean that's the thing is like the crazy part about Rob is even one of the famous comic writers for Marvel praised the crawl or null thing they did with Hela
mm,
recently. They're like he's
yeah,
like, damn,
Noel.
that is cool. Like, why didn't I do that for an actual storyline? So they give him the freedom to be pretty creative with it and all the. Obviously, they
Yeah,
have different
Mm.
timelines they can pull from or make up, right?
yeah.
But I
That
could
is. There's like infinite timelines fighting each other, basically.
right, exactly. So like when you think of like Invisible Woman, like they turned her into a healer, and like her moveset really is not like she
Yeah,
makes force
that's
fields and
true.
bubbles and stuff. So it's like,
She can be, making splints for everyone with her force fields constantly.
yeah, that'll do good while your like skin's like melted off from
You're
Johnny's.
sewing up some wounds with her force fields.
She's
You can
stealing
sort of,
all the injuries away from your teammates.
Right,
Steal the injuries.
exactly. Or like maybe it's just like she's like, yeah, I just absorbed a bunch of healer mutants from my timeline, and I'm a healer now.
I mean, yeah, it's Rogue is going to be hard to implement in a lore accurate way, no matter what.
Yeah,
But all
yeah,
the
for sure.
healers are, yeah. You have to sort of. I don't know anything about what Luna Snow was originally. If she was because she was built for a different game anyway.
Hmm.
I don't know if she was always had healing powers or not, but
I don't think so.
most
She
of them
was
are
a
kind.
DPS. Like she just was like an Iceman, ice like adjacent type of
Yeah.
Adjacent,
character.
yeah. Like
So yeah,
Frost
you're
is to
Yeah.
just
Sub-Zero.
icing your wounds with her. Okay.
Mm,
So I'm trying to think who are the other healers then? Like
Rocket,
Cloak and Dagger, Rocket just has
Jeff.
a gun. That makes sense, I guess. Jeff,
Loki, like
Bubble,
oh.
well,
Yeah.
magic, anyone magic based, I guess you can justify.
No, Magic's DPS dude.
Um, uh, anyway, let's move on.
Yep. All right, let's move on to the news because we were in there now already. We've got some the game news here. Let's get into it. We talked about Fortnite already, but there was another pretty cool. It's all about sales here. It looks like this week because we had Dispatch. Dispatch was a new game
Yeah,
from the old Telltale team.
Hmm.
Is that right?
There's a lot
I
of.
think
I
so.
don't want to say it's official, but
It's not
a lot of the
100%,
devs
but
that
yeah.
worked on the old Telltale games worked on
Yeah.
this.
Mhm.
Yeah, it did very well and sold over 1 million copies. So congrats to them. I haven't checked it out at all. Have you guys seen anything for it?
I
I've
just
seen stuff about it because I'm more than ever in like the gaming podcast world, and all those people are like in this game,
Hmm.
so they're talking about it a lot. A lot of people, a lot of names are in here as voice actors, but the main one is not a gamer. Well, not a gaming personality. It's Aaron Paul, is the main character.
Of Breaking
But
Bad
yeah,
fame, I assume.
yes. And so basically, the game was supposed to be started out actually as a animated series. It wasn't even a game at first. That's probably why it looks so good. But then they've added this sort of strategy element to it, and I don't know how much gameplay is truly in it. I haven't played it, but you dispatch, you send the right hero to the right situation. But it's a lot of visual novel type stuff, but like fully animated, like TV show level cutscenes
Mm-hmm.
that are really probably most of the game,
Yep.
with you know and it looks great for if that's what you're looking for. I don't really know. It's episodic though, so it's not done. That's the
It will
one
be
thing that
done in a couple weeks, so
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
it's not like we're gonna have to wait months for it or anything like that. So,
When
yeah,
you say
I
it's
think
Which
like
is
you're
good.
playing as a dispatcher, I'm just thinking of that iPhone game where like you're flying the planes to get them to the different locations. Like you got to go over here, and do you remember that game? Like when like iPhone games were a
Oh,
big thing. I can't remember what it's called. I'm trying to think of it, but I'm just thinking of you got this screen in front of you. It's like, all right, hero, you go here, and you have to like manage all of their routes and stuff. But yeah, what were you gonna say, Tony?
I don't know. I was gonna say, no, it's done well. I'm happy to see that it sold a million copies for this type of game is like pretty ridiculous. So, happy to see that. I definitely will pick it up at some point, but like, I just spent 70 something hours in the 100 line visual novel. So I'm like,
Yeah, a game
I
very
need a little bit
similar.
of a break. I got the Pokemon
mhm.
ZA game waiting for me, so that's the next thing I'm
Yeah,
digging into.
I'm still waiting on Outer Worlds 2, which I'm sure is
Right. That's out, right? Or no?
it's been out for,
Oh,
well, it
yeah.
was in early access for an extra week for people who wanted to be dumb, pay
Oh,
too
early
much money.
access. Of
Um,
course. Of
but
course.
it's also been out regularly, I think, since
Last,
29th. So it's
yeah.
been out. Um,
Yeah.
and I'm pretty pleased with the reviews so far with it. The one thing that I am a little worried about is I'm seeing people talk about, um, sort of my pain point with Obsidian Games, which is it's designed for multiple playthroughs. They really want you to specify and not be a jack of all trades, which
Mm.
that's supposed to be the role playing, but that's where I don't. I want to do everything when I play a game. I don't want to have to play a game like 15 times to like experience most of it. So it's gonna be tough. Like they don't even have apparently the buffs to like speech or intelligence from like clothing items that you normally get in these types of games, and that's a little bit disappointing to me. Like I don't think you should be able to do everything, but you should be able to mitigate some of your weaknesses with gear, I think, and it doesn't seem like you can do that in this game. But
Okay.
otherwise, I'm still looking forward to it. So we'll see. People seem to like have mostly good things to say about it aside from that.
Nice. Well, Dispatch, congrats to that game. And it is deck verified, so if you got a Steam Deck, you can definitely check that out there.
I would hope a visual novel is dick verified.
I would hope so too, but
Yeah,
Well,
you
you
that
know.
that
try.
is
Like,
when you say Telltale developers from in a new
former.
studio.
Yeah.
Yeah. They I've heard that it doesn't have those old Telltale problems, so it's not going to be like a
I was
mess
gonna
like
say
that.
Yeah, I
Telltale's
mean their
stuff
engine
did
was
not
fucking
run.
terrible.
Yeah.
Their engine
I
was
was like, oh, this is gonna run
awful.
great on Vita.
Yeah.
No, it didn't.
No.
Yeah. But and more really awesome sales news for the Nintendo Switch. It has now sold over 10 million units
Switch two.
as of
Switch two.
Crazy to me.
Switch 2. Sorry, thank you. Just to be
Yeah.
clear, to clarify, uh, 10 over 10 million units as of September 30th, 2025, and over 20 million software units have been sold. Mario Kart World being the best one at 9.5, and Donkey Kong coming in at 3.5.
Does
So
that mean everyone is averaging 2 games on their Switch too?
Yeah.
Hmm.
yeah,
Okay.
it's pretty impressive. Do
I
you
mean, in
think
4 months,
this
yeah.
is where you would expect it to be at this point, Tony?
Yeah, I mean, hardware, absolutely. I mean, Nintendo only projected like they lowballed them. I think they projected like 15 for the year, and it was like everybody was in the sales community was like, I hope they are expected to sell more than 15 in 1 year because that's 1.5 or something per month or something, and it's like that's kind of lowballing it,
Mhm.
especially coming off of the hotness craze that was the Switch. Um, so seeing 10 million in 3.5 months is really good. I mean, it's the fastest selling system by that metric worldwide. Uh, just to put it in context, that's almost as much as Wii U did in its entire life of 5 years. For Xbox, it's at 1/3 of it already. Like it is sold 1/3 of the install base of the Xbox Series S and X in 4 months. Like that's mind blowing, right? It is like, wait, what? Um, so it's nice to see. Again, like I'm happy with the system, but it's not like as monumentally like I don't know paradigm shifting like the Switch One was. And again, just because like, hey, you did it again, great, and it's better, it's faster, whatever. But
The
the
Ghost
thing,
of Yotei of systems.
yeah, I mean, we're at that thing where we're at that point where video games as a whole, it's matured, right? It's not like the iPhones. Like nobody gets real jazzed up about iPhone 18 over 19 or whatever. It's just
Yeah.
okay, it's a new phone. Woo! You can play better games. Woo! Like there's not much left to explore unless you're really willing to take a risk, and then you could possibly get a Wii U situation, right? Or a Wii situation. So
Yeah.
it seems like a lot of publishers or the development companies aren't really willing to do that. So I don't blame them. But the thing for me
At
is,
the very least, it seems like they missed that whole confusion issue with the
yes,
Wii U.
100%, 100%, which is good. And I'm sure they had that in mind when they called it the Switch 2. And I think I even said when we had that podcast, I was like, thank God they just said Switch 2. Like,
Yeah.
anything else would have
Don't
been
be
like a
cute.
complete fucking disaster. Like, oh, new Nintendo. Like, nope, don't call it that. Don't call it the Switch
The Switch Plus,
3DS. Right, don't do anything. Just add a number at the end of it. People understand
the
that. It's
Swatch.
universal. Like anywhere in the world, people know what going from, you know, 1 to 2 is. Everybody can understand that. But for me, the interesting part is really, at least in America's, we saw a lot of the pushback about the pricing of the system, and obviously Mario Kart World, where all the streams and all the things, just you had all these people saying, drop the price. And it's like, well, I don't know if it's just a bunch of you saying it and then going and buying the system anyway, or there's just a large amount of people that don't care about the price and are buying it anyway. So either
Well,
way,
I think
whatever.
there's different people are, the enthusiasts who keep track of everything, and then the people buying this are different people. Although, of course, the enthusiasts or the influencers still have to get it too. They're gonna have it anyway. So, I mean, I think people like keyed in are just like, all right. Although that said, 450 is not a lot for a console at all, even if it is not the
Right.
most cutting edge. We're in a world where that's a good deal again.
Yeah, and it's
Unfortunately.
yeah, compared to what we can expect to see in the future based off of the rumors and stuff like that, it's going to be like half the
Mhm.
cost of these coming systems. So
Yeah.
Yeah, but good to see Donkey Kong did well because I really liked that game. 3.5 million units, I think. For Donkey Kong was crazy because the last
yeah,
time a Donkey Kong game was what, a decade ago, I think. Whatever. And this is before Pokemon, which Pokemon will definitely change the
yeah, I'm
game there.
curious to see
Yeah,
how that
it's
sells.
Pokemon. That helps.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean that sold 6 million in the first week, so I'm sure a lot of people picked up the system bundle because that was a genius move. Because it's like, hey, we're already offering the Mario Kart bundle. Let's do a Pokemon bundle. So
This game is too expensive on its own for what it is as well. So there you go.
yeah. But then notably too, the other thing was the original Switch did sell whatever the number is there, 150 something in the tweet. Corey,
Mhm.
you looking at it?
Yeah, let's see. It did. I gotta load it up again.
It's not in the preview.
Oh, it's too small for me to see that. I'm old now, man. I'm old. The original Switch is at
Just a sec.
154 million
There we go,
units.
154, which is apparently just 10,000 units shy of the DS install base, which is the best selling Nintendo system. So
Yeah.
hopefully by now, because this is the end of September, they sold 10,000 Switches worldwide, which would make it the best selling Nintendo system. So good for them. No price drop, only one price increase this year. So
Yeah,
get
well,
ready for
not
the
too bad.
new.
Yeah, get ready next year. We'll
Yeah,
see some more.
yeah. Unfortunately,
450 sounds like a
Inflation,
decent
baby.
amount.
yeah.
That's the world we
We live in.
voted for.
Some of us
Who
voted
did?
for it. Not me.
I'm saying
Who did?
the general populace,
The royal we.
the royal. But all right, with that, guys, we're gonna do it for the Gamecast here. Remember, we are live on Tuesdays, starting at 8 o'clock with a movie cast normally, and then we go into a Gamecast. I would say check us out on YouTube if you can't catch us live. If you're listening to this now, that way, that's great. We do have them on our, all the podcasting platforms that you can think of. So check us out there. If you can, leave us a like. That'd be great. Subscribe. Leave us a comment anytime. And with that, we will see you next week.